gotta tell you that I won't let go. I've been looking for a love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. teardrops. Now that you got me started,
Hey everyone, there we go. Sorry, I had to reset my software again because the microphone wasn't working, but now I know it's working. Okay. Hope you guys all had a good day. It was pretty volatile. We got our butts kicked in the market today. The market opened up negative and just kept on going down there. So of course Bitcoin followed here. Before we get started, hey Cassandra, hey Square Bagels, hey Kevin, hey Miss K, hey Ahmed, hey Bideford, Crypto Alien. Make sure Tony, Jane, Rybread again, and make sure Rybread, I got my phone next to me in case any messages aren't going through today. And hey, Discount Killer and Dollar Doge, and everybody else, Bridius, and Michael as well. So, some interesting stuff that I just figured out before the stream here, which is going to be interesting to talk about. We'll get to that in a second here. So far, guys, we're really trying to hold the GAN fans here really hard, okay? Everything seems to suggest we're a little bit more bearish at this moment in time. The one thing that could really get us pumping up again here is a whale. And that whale could start off a pattern that looks more like a double bottom here. So if I were to go over here and just turn this like to a 2 hour chart or something similar, kind of extend this, you could have a bottom here, then try to rally back up here, then finally break out of this Fibonacci level on the third or fourth try, and then try to break out and do some good moves here. But right now, that's all the way in question. I'm not even going to think about that, us breaking out above this level of resistance here for potential neckline until we manage to get back above this Fibonacci level. And right now, you can see some waves. I've been watching shorts enter the market over the past few hours. $5 million short, $5 million short, over and over and over again to try to push Bitcoin down here. And so far, it hasn't. And that kind of leads me to what I'm going to talk to you guys about now. Now, we've been talking about the whale number 3 here for a while now on the channel. I know a lot of other channels talk about him as well, or him or her. But whale number 3 is now whale number 4. So somebody has jumped up so fast and bought so many Bitcoins. So if I were to zoom in here and you can see how many Bitcoins they've been buying recently. Can I scroll sideways? I can't scroll sideways. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay, hold on a second here, guys. There you go. See above my head? No, it's not going to be good enough. 118, pretty much 119,000 Bitcoin bought. 119,000. Now, if I go back up here very fast, it looks so small when it's 100%. Yeah, we don't want to do 100% zoom. That's probably not going to work for us. Okay, but this is the new whale number 3 here. Check this out. You can see was very. Oh, my head's in the way. Let me take that off very fast, guys. See how low he was? At one point, he was number 614. Now, within the past few days, jumped up to number 3. So this was a level that this person, they probably not going to get to the bottom, right? But they are pretty confident enough that Bitcoin's going to survive all this, or they've just been plopping down money. And so all the trades you guys see on your screen, I'm going to zoom in now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So all these trades over the last few days, so you guys can see 2022, 6, which is the month, and 16, which is the day. The 17 and onward is the time, so just focus on, June 16th. Look how many trades were done over the last 2 days, okay? Again, we're on the, today's the 16th. All these trades are from today, and the 15th are from yesterday. So let's kind of scroll down here. Actually, better yet, let's just kind of slowly scroll down here. Look at this. All today. All today. So I don't know exactly what's going on with this one wallet, but they have just loaded up a bunch. And you can see earlier today, 9,000, almost 10,000 Bitcoin right here. Actually, in fact, there was over 10,000 Bitcoin bought within a 5-minute period of time. I don't know what the heck this person's doing, but they are loading up like there's no tomorrow. Also selling off some Bitcoin, not sure why. But this person, again, this is all today. Buying, a little bit of selling off here, but the majority of it is all buying. Look at that, 2,600, 700. I don't know what this person is doing, guys. They sold off 1,000, they bought 1,000 back a few minutes later. I don't know what this person is doing, but they are loading up on crypto like I've never seen before. And again, they're jumping up from like the 600 size wallet all the way up to number 3. So my hope is I want it to be a government or something like that. I don't even know, or an institution, but I don't know who would buy this much Bitcoin here. I just don't know who would buy this much Bitcoin. And again, now we're into yesterday. This is still a lot of Bitcoin being bought up. They've been moving up extraordinarily fast. I know I'm moving fast here, guys, but bear with me. This is all from today and yesterday. We haven't even reached the 2 days ago. Look at this. Down, 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 down. Selling some off. Okay, here we go. And we're at to the 14. So right here. So I don't exactly know what's going on here, but I'm gonna see if I can do some research on this, guys, for you, because I have never seen somebody accumulate so much Bitcoin in my oh, that's fast, yeah, ever. And again, if we go all the way back up here, oh my gosh, we scroll down for a while. See, all the way down here from 614, just a few. I don't know what date was this? From May. On May, they were wallet number 614. All of a sudden now, a couple months later, less than a month later, they're number 3. So I am surprised. And now when we reference whale number 3, we're going to have to now move that over to whale number 4. So, that's something to look at there. And as far as what whale number 4 now is doing, this person is probably ticked off that they're not the top 3 anymore. However, they did buy some more Bitcoin here today, just a few hours ago, and that's kind of nice to see. But the big news of the day here, guys, is some institution, I don't know who it is, somebody just bought up billions and billions of dollars worth of crypto here. And I do not know why. I'm going to do my best to figure this out, but I'll have to look up some, I don't know, hold on a second. Well, number, sometimes Google can help you out, but I don't know about this one. No, this is from January. Is there any news here on the topic? No. Might want to top in Bitcoin here. Yeah, 100 largest whale inflow of 116,000 Bitcoin spotted. What might it mean for the price? So I'm interested to see what's about to happen here, because I have no idea who has that type of capital that can just go up and buy billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin just like that. There's only a handful of people in the world that can do that, people. So again, we'll have to see. But that does make me very, very, very happy for the long-term longevity of crypto. Once we get maybe a little bit more regulations in here next year after the elections and so forth, I'm happy. Now, of course, we get back to the reality of a bear market and all that type of stuff. But, any of you guys have a few $1 billion you toss into Bitcoin today? That's going to be a story that's going to be talked about more and more over the next few days here. Okay. But on the other side of this, guys, here, we'll go back to the daily chart. Bitcoin's barely holding on to support right now, which is the level of our level that we crashed to a couple days ago. I'm going to be using this Ganfin level as well here. We're very, very close, but luckily today we did not close down below any of these Ganfin levels, which brought me a little bit of hope here. On the 15-minute chart, we got close last time. We broke down below the 4-to-1. Didn't break down below the 3-to-1. And again, we're coming very, very close. Let's hope we can bounce and try to get a double bottom here, like a bottom, break above this neckline, and have a little bit of a reversal. And the only reason I think we would be having a reversal here is if the NASDAQ, in my opinion, the market is so oversold at this point that we're looking for a bounce here. And that would come off of... This is the NASDAQ on the monthly chart. Here you go. If we come into contact with the 200 weekly moving average and we're looking to have a bounce off of that, just like we did with the dot-com bubble in the 2008 financial crisis, that's the bounce I'd be trying to play. Because, let me see if I can show you guys something here. On this crash, we came about 21%. A little bit of... Actually, how much did we come from these smaller moves? Let's see. About 21% before it popped. This one was 25 cents before it popped. And this one right here is about 14%, maybe 16% if we actually come down there. I think pretty soon I'm going to be hoping for a pop here, but I don't know if that pop is going to happen before Bitcoin attempts to break down here. So that's going to be the big thing. However, maybe it might give some hope to people that want to, that whale number 3, the new one, might give hope to buyers and this guy thinks it's the bottom, whatever it may be. I'll probably do some tweets about it later on, but I was really surprised about that, guys. Okay, back to the 15 here. Patiently doing a whole bunch of nothing over the last couple hours. We're just staying steady, guys. Maybe we have an opportunity to break above the 20-minute moving average, or 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart. But just some weird stuff going on. But yeah, just some weird stuff going on. I'm really surprised about that whale number 4. And it turns out some other good news I heard out of Congress. There's a chance they could have a stablecoin bill being introduced sometime after this next election, so sometime next year. and I think that'd be a good boost. From what I hear, though, it might only be addressed towards stable coins. But if there is regulation around stable coins, that means institutional money can flow into them and stabilize them, which it'll be great for everybody to have stable coins and not have catastrophes like UST and the such, right? And hey, Starfish, happy to see you, my man. Wait, Starfish, who are you? Which fish are you? Babyfish? Babyfish, I think. Babyfish. Oh no, Babyfish is right there. I don't know, guys. You're freaking me out with all these things. All these things. And what's right here? And hey, Crypto Alien, what's right here? Oh, and hey, Ghost, Sailor or Banks. I don't know if it would be Micro Sailor, but if it is, that'd be freaking that would be insane. I don't know. I'm really almost speechless that somebody just bought up that much. Again, they went from a position a few weeks ago of about, what is it, $354 million in Bitcoin. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. It's like up here on my screen. Oh, I got it. There you go. Don't look back. You just look at the top and you see that number moving, balance in USD. They went from a few days ago, they were at, can I zoom in on this? Well, let me zoom in on this. No, fine. Okay. But they went from about $350 million in Bitcoin all the way up to the current prices. Can I do it there? Almost $3 billion in Bitcoin, $2.74 billion. That's a massive jump. Now, they bought at the right time here. You can see they bought over here last time again, sort up. But now they just bought a lot more than they normally do. Again, how do I do this right here? Is there a need to way to do that? No, it's fine. But yeah, this is going to be something interesting to watch going forward. I bet this person's going to sell off on the next big dump. But this person, whoever it is, they're causing some large transactions in the market right now. And maybe some hope to bulls that want to see a bottom at these levels. It's Hannah Montana. Oh, man. And here are Bobby Axelrod. Sorry, that's a Showtime show, Billions reference. I love Bobby Axelrod. I like everybody in that show. They're all great actors. I hate the characters so much. I have to admire the acting and some of the characters. I forget the guy's name, but the DEA, not DEA guys, the once attorney guy, I forget his name, but he's great. He's absolutely great in that show. And hey, BDK, it's getting scary, people. Yes, it is. Yes, it is a lot here. It's getting very, very annoying. And hey, Square Bagels, happy to see you as well. And hey, Cassandra, so I forgot to say you guys' names, I think, earlier. There we go. US whale number 3. I don't know if it's from the US. Maybe you're saying somebody in this room. I doubt it, but they can give it a shot. And it's crazy because you see whale number 3, the old whale number 3, whale number 4 now. It's going to take me a while to get used to saying that. But this person buys over time, right? And then, when we dump and stuff like that, they tend to buy a little bit more on the dumps, right? And then they kind of plateau when, during the bottoms here, kind of just buying up a little bit more. Then as it rises, sells off and kind of rinses and repeats. Whale number 4, the new whale number 3 over here, talk about loading up, dumping, loading up, dumping. And, when they start selling off, they usually start selling off on Bitcoins at all-time highs. And they usually start buying up a lot. When did they start buying up again here? If I can time this right. This is 128. So that's January 28th. Let's see if I can go over here very fast. Should be right around here. Yeah, right here. So they bought after the crash and we saw a little bit of a rally here. So that's where they bought. I've just never seen somebody, though, buy that much. You know how much money he's betting that Bitcoin is just going to go up in the future? Now, I mean, I'm pretty confident that Bitcoin is going in the future, but, I have to believe this is a large amount of his net worth, or this person's company's net worth, right? Talk about wild stuff going on in the market. If Bitcoin just goes up 5%, you know how much money that person has made just in those few minutes or those few hours? Oh, man. Well, I'll probably do a dedicated video talking about this, because I want to kind of figure out who this person is, or just learn a little bit more about what's going on here. Because, let's see. Oh, liquidation rumors, sure. Let me actually go here in the last 24 hours, because this is really all started here. Last 24 hours. Well, let's just go to you today. Is a Celsius freeze a Lehman Brothers moment? Lehman Brothers was pretty sad, but yeah. So this might be it. Into the block. Largest whale inflow tracks the funds going into addresses belonging to whales. Yesterday, we spotted the largest inflow since February with a 116K Bitcoin, pointing to a potential bottom in price, as these addresses tend to buy in size following significant corrections. And let me open up this on my Twitter account because I'll retweet this here, and I'm going to follow these people too. Where's this tweet? Where's this tweet? There we go. This is big. Not calling it a bottom, but it is pretty big here. Okay, there we go. If only that solved all the economy problems that we we have right now. And hey, BDK, we haven't had a full-on crash yet. There's still plenty of sell for the Nasdaq. Oh, that's for sure. But normally, when we get to close to that 200 weekly moving average, we have a sizable bounce, and then we crash. And that kind of fits with the style of we're kind of overextended right now in the Nasdaq, and we're just gonna wait to see if we crash down below it, which would be very, very bad, or if we could at least get a little bit of calm before the storm, so to speak. Pelosi. Could be Bezos. Hey RW, I would appreciate if it was Bezos. I think that'd be great. Or I don't think Bill Gates likes it, but that'd be crazy if Bill Gates got into it too. Oh, so here. If you hold shift and click on the trading view, the price range will be hotkeyed. If you hold shift and click on trading view. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, I have to do that more often there as far as measurements and stuff like that. Thank you. That's right there. And hey, wonders, so why isn't the price pumped after all this buying? I would have to imagine he was just kind of loading up because it wasn't all in one big block here. If you go down, you see he's also selling. This person is also doing a lot of selling. So, but he might be going through third parties or whatever. This just means that while Bitcoin was being moved into this address, it doesn't necessarily show him which exchange he was buying the Bitcoin off of, if that makes sense. He could have purchased it from miners, from all we know. But you can see a lot of transactions going into this wallet and out of this wallet. So maybe if I go over here very fast and we follow this 9,000 one. So let's open up a new tab. I'm not a robot. I am a human. Oh, geez. Okay, hold on a second here, guys. Am I looking for a boat? Fine, look for a boat. Why'd they make it more blurry? I still see a boat, I think, up there. Can a bus be a boat? There you go. I don't see much going on here. 11,000 Bitcoin? No, it took us back to the main one. I gotta figure out how to read these freaking things. But I don't think they probably bought it from an actual exchange. That would drive up the price too much. What they probably did is went through third parties and miners and stuff like that. There are people called, I don't even know what the term is. It's like a real estate agent for crypto. They are the middle people between miners and the people that want to buy large sums of Bitcoin at a discounted price. That kind of sums it up right there. But I don't think these people, whoever this person is, I don't think they bought on the open exchange. Excuse me, guys. Whoosh. Georgette is Starfish. Okay. Hey, Georgette. Happy to see you back. Make sure I'm not missing anything right here. Oh, and hey, Little Cola. Happy to see you back, too. Is Secretfish one of these guys? I don't know how much money Secretfish actually has invested in Bitcoin and stuff like that. I've never asked him, but I assume he has some long-term plays here in the market, probably mostly in the stable coins, but you'd have to ask him. He comes every now and again. Seems to be very busy lately. I talk to him on Discord every now and again. Any thoughts on the Musk Dogecoin lawsuits? I didn't even know there was a lawsuit. I don't usually pay attention to that type of stuff, but let me see. I only thing I looked at Musk today was his conversation with the Twitter people. Musk Dogecoin lawsuit. Elon Musk sued for 258 billion over alleged. Okay, I don't care. 258 billion lawsuit. No, I don't think that's I don't think that's gonna matter for anything like that. We'll see, I guess. But when I see a number like that, it doesn't seem reasonable to me. I don't even think. Yeah, it doesn't seem reasonable to me that that would actually go anywhere. Let's see. Cheese dogs, buddies. That sounds really good. After I'm done streaming tonight, I'm going to get some Mexican food because today was my sister's last day of school for the year. So we're celebrating that she gets to clean the house from now on over the summer and go do stuff with her friends. Uh, let's see right here. And hey, D's, if you have tons of money, Mike, do you even care, Mike? Especially when you know Bitcoin would still go up. Oh, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. No, what? Depending on what you're actually talking about there. If I was a billionaire and I wanted to buy Bitcoin, I would not go to an exchange and buy Bitcoin on the exchanges. I would go through the miners. I would absolutely go through the miners. I have friends that do like the real estate stuff for miners, but the middle transaction people, whatever you want to call them, they get a commission off of it basically, and get paid quite well depending on how much money how much Bitcoin is bought. But you save like a lot of money by going through the miners and not dealing with the exchanges, because exchanges have fees first of all. There's prying eyes, so to speak, depending on where you get the Bitcoin from. Sometimes some people don't want their governments to know how much Bitcoin they have, because they could pretty much just buy Bitcoin from a miner, and depending on the country, there's no regulations. That Bitcoin will just be transferred over to a cold storage wallet, and it's just there, and nobody in the world knows you have that Bitcoin. So not always do you want to go to the exchanges if you want to buy large sums of Bitcoin, nor do you want to alert everybody saying, hey, I'm buying up all this Bitcoin this price, because if you want to buy $3 billion worth, the price is just going to be soaring and soaring and soaring. And from a practical situation, or how you want to call that, you're going to be overpaying this the moment you start driving up the price here. So all we know is this guy managed to get what is the total number of Bitcoin this person has now? 135,000 Bitcoin. Now they have that many, and we're going to see whenever they dump it. But they tend to dump it very, very quickly. And perhaps when they start to dump it, then we start to see mass sell-offs. That might be an indication of another bear market starting or something like that. But again, it's rare that somebody catches the falling knife. Maybe a billionaire has more information than us for sure. But I think this person is betting on the long-term success of Bitcoin, which I think we all are at this point, since we're all buying at, we're going to be buying Bitcoin over the next few months in this bear market. Some of you guys have bought in cryptos like me. Some of you guys are still waiting. Whatever your strategy is, go for it. But I think, the fact that we are buying for long-term means we believe that crypto will survive all this nonsense with the economy. What's it here? Bill Gates shorting Tesla. Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that, mean Mr. Green Energy. Oh, and hey, B Supreme, happy to see you back, my man. What's up, Mike? What are your overall thoughts on gold and gold-related stocks in general, considering the current economic condition and the market sentiment? I've been more disappointed on gold as of late for the investment, so I won't talk about it for too long here. But if you just go to gold, right, we've kind of this is a weekly chart. We've kind of just plateaued. So I'm almost wondering, are we just going to stay at these levels until maybe a recession kicks off? Then we might move up towards $2,000, or is this just one massive double top that will eventually be breaking down from in the future? I'm not entirely sure here. Yeah, I really don't know, because it's rare that you do a lot of technical analysis on gold and stuff like that. But I'm always wondering if over here in 2025, is that when we're going to hit our next big economic boom, and then the gold starts to retrace back down here? Or maybe I was looking at some of this other stuff later on, we just broke down right here. I'm not too sure about gold right now. Not because I don't think it'll be like a good investment for here and there, but it hasn't been going up at the rate I kind of want it to, despite all the bad economic conditions that we've been talking about. And now we see lots of people saying that we're already in a mild recession. And I'm like, hey, yeah, it kind of feels like a mild one, but we still don't have the job losses to really back it up. But as far as the GDP shrinking, it does feel like that, because you're seeing a whole bunch of a lot of companies say, hey, we're letting some people go, but we're not going to be ordering as much stuff because we know that the demand is not going to be there, so to speak. Oh, what's right here? And hey, Discount Killer, when would you consider buying puts on the Nasdaq or SPY when it crosses under the 200 AMA after the bounce? Yes, yes, and or if you want to add more puts, you can buy once we start breaking down below patterns. So once we bounce, we're probably going to stagnate for a day or two before we start turning back down. You should see a breakdown within a lot of different Nasdaq stocks and within a lot of S&P stocks before that happens, and that'll give you an opportunity as well. I would most likely buy two separate batches of puts at that point in time. First one being about 2 to 3 week puts right as we're starting to take the little arc of the bounce, and then I might go more heavy. I'd be more aggressive on the puts once the week we actually close down below the 200 weekly moving average. That's what I would like to see. The only thing to me that I'm going to be worried about once we're down below the 200 weekly moving average as far as puts are concerned, it doesn't seem likely now, but what happens if the Russia-Ukraine war ends one way or another? Russia wins, Ukraine wins, there's a ceasefire, whatever. That will bring a huge bounce to the market, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about from a downward perspective of buying or opening positions to make money as the market goes down. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about. And then on the other side of that, I would like to see Biden. I've kind of reiterated my position on this for a while. Talk to the oil executives, say, hey, please, we'll give you whatever you want, or, not everything, but, we'll give you the funds necessary to build two new refineries, probably on the East Coast. They need more since they don't have the pipeline anymore. And then after that, hey, Saudi Arabia, can you please pump more oil, to get the market going around the world? And if he can do both those things, which I think he has the capabilities to do, whether it's like, he wants to, that's a different question. But if he could do something like that, I think we're going to be in a better position. I think we can get out of this bear market a lot faster than people think. But as you guys know, those two things are going to be incredibly hard for Biden to want to do in the first place. So, right now, the only concern I really have here for a good ending for all this is if, good, a little bit of a, not good ending, but a bad thing for the put, would be if Russia had some type of ceasefire with Ukraine, so to speak. I think the market will get a good boost out of that because right now, when we put all these sanctions on Russia, we thought it would cripple their economy. They found loopholes through everything, and they're doing just fine right now. Not perfect, but they're doing fine. And now, I guess Russia's using, what does Biden say, Putin price hike? He's using that as a boast to see how much we're affecting the American economy right now because, it's election stuff. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But that's the only caveat I have to buying puts once we break down below the 200 weekly moving average. And also I'll be buying puts once we break down out of the bounce here. What's it here? And hey, Franco, thanks for watching the stream. I really do appreciate that, my man. And hey, day trading perfect. What's it here? Hey Neil, and how much of a pop on the SPY we're looking at? Maybe about 4 or 5% if it's a decent pop there, and then it might come down pretty hard. That's what we're going to be looking at going forward. But again, lately, guys, as you guys know, the Bitcoin has been decoupling from the Nasdaq a little bit here. Overall, that's good, but that does mean even if the Nasdaq and the SPY, the Dow all have little pops, there's a chance that Bitcoin could still be falling during that period of time. We have to just kind of wait and see how that plays out. If we're lucky, tomorrow or going into next week, we should be green if we kind of bounce off that 200 weekly moving average, and we should see Bitcoin have a bounce there as well. But if we wait till Monday to have a bounce, that means we could always hit that, that 17,000, 14,000 level, then bounce from there. And boy, oh boy, would that be more of a rough time going forward, right? Let's see. And hey, Corbett, what do you have the 221 EMAs on your 15-minute? I have the 20 moving average, the 50, and the 200s on all of my charts. The only ones I add specifically for the weekly charts are the 200 EMAs and sometimes the 20 EMAs. But more specifically over the past few weeks, it's been really the 200 EMAs what I've been looking at because usually once Bitcoin breaks above that moving average, we tend to start going back into pure bull market territory where everybody's happy and dovish. And if you bought anywhere below that moving average before, it's rare that after we break out above it, we come back down below it for an extended period of time. So usually once we're up, trickle, back up to good times, and all-time highs and such, or bull markets. I won't say all-time highs, but bull markets. And Hades, we have regulation here, and miners need to accept that terms and regulations, you get a problem otherwise. Oh yeah, me too, man. Gold investment is kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm surprised how much gold is not going up. Frankly, it's kind of weird to see gold not going against the market for some reason. I'm not used to it here. And hey, Starscream, how low do I think MATIC can go? Yeah, let's. I've been drinking too much water. I got a water bottle over there. While Bitcoin's consolidating here still, let's go to day. Actually, better go to a week here for MATIC. So, MATIC is something I'm looking to buy for the long term here, but as you guys can see, it's really just not having the best of times. Let me just add a basic Fibonacci retracement here very fast, so we can talk about two of them. Drop that down here. And let's do one more. Same price. Let's just turn the fib levels off, though, or excuse me, on. There you go. All right. So last little hiccup was around there. After we broke down there, yeah, it's fine. It looks like right now it wants to go back down to 28 cents or so. After that, let's hope it doesn't go much further, because that next Fibonacci support level is going to be probably below between 14 cents and about 19 cents, I would believe. So let me go back over here very fast. Yeah, there we go. 18, almost 18 and a half cents here after we break down below these next two. So get a little, oh, that's the one that we're stopping at right now. Get a little choppy right here for a little bit of time. Hopefully we can consolidate from there around 30 cents or 28 cents. But if we break down below that, I think we can get down to 19 cents and then, 18 and a half cents here. Maybe even as low as 14 cents. There's not really much support there besides the Fibonacci levels, though. Let me see. If I did one of these now, how would that turn out? I'm just testing something out here. It's probably not going to work, so just bear with me. Oh, man, I messed it up already. Yeah, we were at Fibonacci extension level around here at 26 cents in the short term, 27. So I think this level right here would be a nice solid level of support short term. And then afterwards, more around here on the 16-cent level. I don't know if it's going to fall all the way down here and have a massive crash. For me, that would mean that we're going to have a really bad economy going forward. And let's hope, really that's not the case here. Let me turn that one back here. Let me turn this one off. There we go. Yeah, I'll try to be looking at this. And if we really do grind down, we might come all the way back down to like 9 cents or something like that. That'd be a massive downward move for MATIC, though. So short term, probably around 28 cents, probably like a good 20% drop off. If things get really, really bad, we can go all the way down to like 18, 17 cents maybe. Back up here. Oh, there we go, guys. We're having a little bit of a move. I just want to see a double bottom here. I'd be happy about that. I haven't actually checked out the futures yet. They're up again, but we know what happened yesterday when they were up, right? All right. Let me actually take a look to see what the NASDAQ did today. Let me go to 5. Yeah. We started okay, then we just kept on going down. That didn't turn out to be okay for us because there was panic today. I saw it all over the news networks. Panic. I somehow got my mom to watch CNBC every day. So now she was always calling me, talking about what's going on in the markets. Like, Michael, what's going on? Why is this happening? Usually when we have these big panics, though, we tend to have a bounce here. I'm waiting to see what goes forward. The only thing I'm really bearish on as far as the stock market, besides the general stock market here, I'm extremely bearish on any company that has to do with homes and making profits off of the selling of homes. Those are usually going to be hit pretty hard. From what I've heard, a lot of the home builder ETFs have been crashing, and there are lots of puts, like tens of thousands of millions of dollars on puts being bought on those specific ETFs, hoping that they go down a lot by July. So we might be seeing more bad economic data coming from the housing sector over the next few weeks here. And hey, Franco, why do I recommend? Oh, sorry, make sure right here. Why do I recommend buying? I would recommend buying if you guys want to do some long-term positions here, because eventually we're going to get out of this bear market, and you want to nibble in here slowly so you kind of have some exposure in case we hit a bottom before we think we might hit a bottom, right? The other reason here is if you guys want to do a little bit of a trade or something like that. If you actually, I wouldn't say buy right now if you didn't want to, but a lot of times when people want to buy, they want to buy off of support levels, and a lot of you guys like doing that as well, so I always kind of give you guys a little heads up. So if you guys wanted to buy right now, you'd be buying right here or just a few minutes ago, and you would have about a 2.5 support level here, stop loss, which means if the price ended up crashing down, at most you would only lose 2.5% for the opportunity for Bitcoin to have a double bottom here. Maybe go back to the 2-hour chart, where Bitcoin might have a double bottom, and then from here break out above this neckline here, and then probably get back up here to the 4-to-1 Ganfin level for like a 19% profit if it really came down to it. But that's a big if. Most people would actually only buy the breakout once it happened right here or off of this trend line. So, with the Fibonacci level there too, that's a lot of resistance levels for us. But yeah, a lot of people like to do that. We did that a lot with this one right here. This consolidation came back down towards support. You wanted to buy it up a little bit. After breaking down here, there was some resistance. You could have shorted it off the resistance, like right here, short off the resistance. So some people don't like to trade off a pattern specifically. They like to use the pattern as resistance and support levels to kind of bounce around there. And right now, we're close to forming another bottom, but we're waiting to see if we're just going to consolidate here or if we're going to just flat out, tumble down and have another abysmal week here. What did I want to go right here? 1 second. There we go. There we go. Oh, nope, that was wrong. There we go. Most people aren't going to be buying right now. Everybody's too afraid to buy, and I can't blame them at this point. Most people, if they're buying at all, it's going to be for the long-term investors. So they're like, a little bit here, dollar cost averages, just buying a little bit of crypto every day. So by the time all this is done, they have enough exposure to make money on the next bull run. Let's see. And hey, Franco, when do I recommend buying? Nobody's going to catch the falling knife here that is Bitcoin. The safest thing I can tell you guys if you wanted to buy for long term is just to nibble your way in here. So buy a little bit here, buy a little bit today, buy a little bit next week, then a little bit then the week after that, right? Bit by bit by bit. You don't have to go all into this market right now. I've been buying every day for the past few weeks, right? Buying more heavily now that I guess we're down below the 200 exponential moving average. But I have been buying a little bit every single day here on some of the coins that I like. And then even some of the coins I don't like, but I want to see what happens to them because I'm nosy. Let's see. Hey, Crowbar, we doubled viewers like this channel. I appreciate everybody. I do appreciate you guys watching the channel and so forth. So please make sure to like the channel and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And what's right here? And Hades, I'm waiting for that ceasefire. It's just a stalemate right now. Everyone's small loss for Ukraine means huge loss of life for Russia. Yeah, I've even been hearing. Oh, there's a little bit of a pop. I've even been hearing more and more that people say Russia's winning, and I don't know. I feel like I've been fed so much propaganda on the major news networks. I don't exactly know who's winning. I have no idea. I've been hearing that Russia's starting to push forward a little bit more. I seen in the other day today there's a big moment coming. The CIA projects like we're at a crucial point for the war, and I'm like, what does that mean? And nobody told me what that meant. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then so I don't know. I don't exactly know what to think. Eventually, we're gonna have some news, and once we have some news, it'll move the market. But I do know I think we're sending another $40 billion to Ukraine or something like that. So it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. All that money is going towards the big manufacturers. Stuff like L3. Let me see if I can show this stock for you guys right here. We go to NASDAQ while watching Bitcoin very fast. What stock is it? It's in the members channel that I did some technical analysis on it a few days ago. Watch list, perhaps? No. YouTube breakouts. L3. Where's that? Where's that sucker at? There it is. So L3 Harris Technologies. You can see weekly, this has not taken as massive as a hit as a whole bunch of other stocks out there. That's because they're getting a lot of money from the military here or Congress, because all the weapons they're building up are being sent over to Ukraine. So they're down a couple of percent here, but that's just today, 2%. I'm not too worried about this. I'm more concerned about this if we have a breakdown here And I have a video coming out tomorrow about this particular stock actually for members. So watching it closely. But at least Bitcoin's having a bit of a pop here. That's nice to see. We're not crashing just yet. And hey Neil, why is oil prices dropping? Um, I think Saudi Arabia is about to pump a little bit more oil, like anywhere from like 400,000 to 600,000 barrels starting pretty soon. So I think the market is starting to price that in right now. I haven't heard any other big news so far about oil prices besides OPEC pumping about 400 to 600,000 more barrels, and they're doing that just to make more money, not necessarily to help out with the crisis here. Oh, and hey, Meta, Crypto Dean, a lot of Airbnb property purchases that didn't exist in the last recession, and the people can't afford vacations. This alone could create the housing bubble, stop construction, and then credit card crunch. Yes, and one of the things here as well, I think I saw it on Redfin today. More house owners than ever before are slashing the prices of how much they're trying to sell their homes by. So if they were asking for $500,000 for their home, now they're asking for 480 or 460, whatever it is. It seems like people are starting to say, "Oh, I am in this current market. My house is overpriced. If I want to sell it now, I have to cut the price to attract enough buyers here to start a little bit of bidding going on." So that was some big news as well that I saw today coming out of the housing market. Let's see right here. And hey, Carlos, Michael, 13,700 was, but now 11 trillion. What do you mean by that one? Which stock or coin are you talking about? What's right here? There you go. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the homeowners deal with all that stuff. I just was looking on Twitter today, and I saw 2 days ago, and one guy was like, can we say Airbnbs are over because I guess people are getting really tired of all the things that Airbnb owners are asking you to do. Once you're there, like you have to take out the trash and stuff like that. I don't know. I took out the trash and I went to Airbnb, but I guess there's like a checklist and stuff that a lot of people are doing these days. But I usually go to Airbnbs that are in the middle of nowhere and like at the countryside, and usually those people are really nice. You can say hi to them while you're over there, and they're really like, "Hey, we'll tell you the great spots and stuff like that." But I don't go to city Airbnbs never because I just get a hotel. I don't know why. I've always people don't like hotels that much, but I've always kind of liked hotels. It's just when I'm in the country, it makes more sense to go to an Airbnb to me, kind of a mom and pop extra house, something like that, rather than going to a hotel in the middle of nowhere because, they'll take Loki. They have more a house is just nicer than a small apartment when I'm traveling with friends and family. It's just nicer than a hotel room. And hey, Zach, I could go for some cheaper housing. I know everybody can go for some cheaper housing right now. That's a fact. But I don't know if they're going to be building many more houses right now because they're not going to be making as much profit as they once would. We'll have to see how the construction for houses goes. But CNBC usually have some pretty good articles, and so does Fox Business. Let me guys make sure I'm not missing any questions. So I'm gonna make sure I can get to everybody's questions as much as I can at least here. Um, arms manufacturer stocks, they make you money. Do they really do make you money here? Um, let's see. And hey, Logan, I haven't heard much about that lawsuit. I just searched it up a few minutes ago. Let me see if I can find out more about it here. Elon, I didn't really take it seriously because of the lawsuit, because of how. See, they're all talking about Twitter. That's what I'm paying attention to for. Elon lawsuit. There you go. Elon Musk sued for 258 billion dollars over alleged Dogecoin pyramid scheme. Um, Elon was sued for $258 billion dollars on Thursday by a Dogecoin investor who accused him of running a pyramid scheme to support the cryptocurrency. In a complaint filed in federal court in Manhattan, plaintiff Keith Johnson accused Musk, an electric car company, okay, whatever, of racketeering for touting Dogecoin and driving up its price, only to then let the price tumble. Um, see. So yeah, I'm reading this and it says The complaint also aggregates comments from Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and others questioning the value of the cryptocurrency. So this person seems to be a salty person, and he's seeking $86 billion in damages, representing the decline in Dogecoin's market value since May of 2021, and wants it tripled. You know, I'm not really going to take that seriously. We'll have to see what goes on here, but it's not like Dogecoin fell and everything else didn't fall. Dogecoin fell, the entire market fell. So I could easily see one of like a Musk's lawyers, or if anybody else has a lawyer there, if he goes after Bill Gates too, or Warren Buffett. Probably not smart to go after all three of those guys. But I can see the lawyer saying, "Hey, if you just look at this chart right here, you'll see that Dogecoin fell, yes, but everything else fell too." And that kind of leads me to, they can make a strong case for it, and they have really powerful lawyers, so I don't really think it's going to go anywhere. And I haven't seen any evidence of the actual, of the scheme, of the pyramid scheme that he's touting, right? So if there's some evidence of that, I mean, by all means, we'll talk about that. That'll be major news. But right now, it just seems like some disgruntled investor who wants to make a quick buck by suing Elon and also going after Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. That's all I've seen so far there. But if you guys have any actually like news or credible evidence, or I mean, not you guys have any evidence, but like a news article that has evidence about a potential scheme, that'd be crazy. But I just haven't seen anything as far as evidence just yet. Just more of a disgruntled investor. He'd be more likely to sue Matt Wallace than Elon Musk. What's right here? And hey, Adam, many retail buyers are using their funds to get on food and gas. That's for sure. And that's kind of going to suck a lot for a lot of people here, because they're not going to be able to afford Bitcoin. They're not going to put any money into Bitcoin or altcoins at these low prices. So during the next big round of all-time highs and stuff like that, with the first institutional backing, that's when you're going to see a lot of craziness happening. One of the things that makes me so excited, guys, about this next, altcoin season rally, whatever you want to call it, that'll most likely happen in 2024 after a bit of a boom in 2023 and probably at the end of this year too. Next year, after the election, Congress is going to like degunk itself a little bit, because everybody's not going to be in pure election mode where they don't care about, policy stuff. They just care about, getting reelected. We're going to have regulation probably. The first thing they probably discuss is probably going to be stable coins. After stable coins kind of gets fixed up with legislation and regulation, we should see more institutional money flowing into stable coins to help back them, so they can make money off of those stable coins as well. All right. After that, we're probably going to have some more regulations around crypto exchanges because of what we saw with Celsius here. At the end of the day, I'm not sure if Celsius is going to actually survive this, because if I was an average investor in there and they did this to me, once they unlock my funds, however much they unlock, I'm going to sell everything and I'm going to move that out of the exchange. As many times as they unlock stuff, move everything out, and I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be able to survive that, because their name is now tarnished for eternity, okay? So when that happens as well, and when they probably fail, which they will, with people, like a lot of people's, life savings, etc. You've heard the sob stories on Twitter. We've talked about those before. There's going to be regulations on exchanges as well, which will be a good thing. That would know what that means. That means more institutional money coming in. On the other side, there is the next time we go up and we have a crazy crypto market, right? There's going to be institutional money backing that and having us go to really crazy levels. It'll be freaking fantastic. On the flip side of that too, though, with more institutional money down the road, that means less volatility for Bitcoin. So there will be a time where all the coins we're buying right now, the ones that actually have merit and that have utility, they will never come back down to these lows again, because the institutional money is going to keep us afloat. Kind of how we see the stock market. How it's a good retirement vehicle. You buy over time, it just keeps on going up and up and up and up. And there's new things that come on, and but they all have kind of a practical use, and the institutions really muddle out what's real and what's not. Right? That is going to happen during the next big altcoin season, and that's going to be very, very nice. But they're going to have capital to be buying right now, even if it's just a little bit. It's going to be important that you guys buy stuff that has some type of utility going forward. That's why, I buy stuff like STMX is the standard of what I explained to you guys, because it has utility. There are tons of other coins that have it. MATIC has it. FTM has it. Lots of coins that have utility. Sand, Metaverse coins, a lot of them. But the coins that are low market cap right now, eventually they're going to be trusted enough by institutions to have institutional money flowing into them. And not just institutional money from America, because all these markets are going to be interconnected around the world. It's going to be money from America, China, Russia, Europe, Africa, South America, Central America, all the continents, whatever you say. All of that money is going to be piling into these coins at the same time, which will be really, really nice to see. And there still might be volatility and stuff like that, but the volatility levels won't be nearly as much as they are these days here. So it'll take some time, but just even putting like less than 0.5% of your paycheck into crypto will pay off in the long run. People at this point in time, though, you're right. Inflation is chewing a lot of people out. A lot of people out. But what did I miss right here? What's it here? Hey, Dr. V, am I planning on buying any calls in anticipation of a rebound? Um, I wouldn't buy the calls until I saw the first green day, and then I'd probably be buying some calls there. I'll let you guys know in the members. I have a whole bunch of videos coming out tomorrow. I have about 10 videos coming out. I don't know if I think I put the video out for you guys. Hold on a second here. I was on a walk today, and I think I put it out then. Members, yeah, 10 member videos coming out tomorrow. Yeah, just put it out a little bit ago. So yeah, look forward to those videos. They'll start coming out probably tonight as I kind of layer them out after the stream, or late tonight, because I have to go eat dinner with my family here. And then after that, there'll be early morning videos as well. I want to give you guys enough time to look at them in case we find a bounce tomorrow, right? And then you guys will have ample time throughout the rest of the market day to make a decision on any options, calls you guys want to be trading. Let's see. And yeah, no worries, Logan. Yeah, it's a valid question about Elon and that type of stuff. It's just that no evidence has been presented. It really doesn't seem to have any merit at this point. He just might be looking to make some headline news or something like that. But there's too many other important things going on for people to care about a lawsuit against Elon Musk when there's no evidence backed up. And he's also going after Buffett, and he's also going after Bill Gates because they said crypto is trash, basically, right? I don't think saying crypto is trash is necessarily just going to kill the price of a cryptocurrency, right? The market cycles might, but not that. Let's see. And Halo or Scratcher, is the stock market is a Ponzi scheme too? There's a lot of stocks in the market that are Ponzi schemes, kind of. But if you buy and hold for the long term, you're going to be fine in like most of the major stocks that we look at here, right? The part where the market becomes more of a Ponzi scheme is for day traders out there who don't know how to trade that well. The market is designed to just take their money and spit them out, and then get new traders and spit them out, right? Excuse me, whoosh, gas. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's always a Ponzi scheme. I have a lot of money in the stock market always. I like the stock market a lot more than the crypto markets, and the when I'm swing trading and stuff like that. But the crypto markets, the stock market, it's not all Ponzi schemes. Let's see. It's right here. Sue Matt Damon. Future favors the bold. There we go. And hey, Crypto Burger, on Subreddit, a seemingly innocent clarification tweet from Adam Aaron over at AMC shares share numbers has turned the apes at Wall Street bets against the executive seemingly. Oh, I don't pay attention to that type of stuff too much. I don't trade AMC or GameStop anymore. I had fun with it when it was going up to all-time highs, but after it crashed down, I said it was crashing down. I was like, hey, what's the next big thing? I got so much hate. I wasn't even on doing YouTube at the time. I was just doing TikTok at the time, and I just had a very simple video saying, hey, what's next? Oh, here, let me see if I can just find it for you guys. I haven't put out TikToks in a while. Bup, 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 bup. Oh, these aren't my videos. View profile. How do I scroll down? Smart. 209,000 views. Back when I actually made content. So I'm gonna buy some GameStop calls. You can see me looking all crazy. Oh, you can see my old waterfront view, right? GameStop calls are way too expensive. Oh, you don't actually have to watch the video. Look on the comment side right here, or you guys can't see it. And back here, and people are saying the squeeze hasn't even happened yet. Back when people saying Doge to $1, my God, they were like throwing a time capsule. And don't be scared. Prices are dropping because the hedge funds want to scare us. Doge to $1 by Friday. AMC to the freaking stratosphere. GameStop going to 1,000 plus. AMC to the move. Buy naked. You can still buy naked or Nokia, excuse me, and AMC on Cash App to the moon. So, and then we go back over here to GameStop. Right. And I put that TikTok out on 128, and 128 is right here, the day of the all-time highs. Okay. And what happened afterwards, it came down a little bit, came up a little bit, crashed, tried to come up to that time, came close to the same highs, but didn't. And we just kind of kept on going down, and we're kind of slowly trickling down, even more here. So I don't know what squeeze they're waiting for. Hopefully it turns out, but I'm not going to lock my capital in that much, especially when the price eventually did, how much did it even crash by from that point in time? Like 90% crash. But, I deal with that quite a bit when I was doing more TikTok content. Probably go back to the 1 second chart, though. There you go. And guys, we're still moving up here. We can put the minute chart back up here. We're still moving up. Maybe we can have a double bottom. I would be really happy, guys, if we could have a double bottom. I think the whole market needs a breather. Not like the actual markets here, but people just seem to be very bummed and down and depressed. And I'm like, maybe we can have just a few green days here that can help people, the atmosphere, whatever you call it, the mood. In the last 2 hours, Bitcoin's up 3%, Dogecoin's up 3%, Ethereum's up 4.5%, AD up 4%, Ethereum Classic up 5%, XRP up 5.5%, STMX up 8%. I love STMX. Excuse me. FTM's at 6%. What else do we got up quite a bit here? Dogecoin is up 5%. ApeCoin's up 6.5%. That's really nice to see. So, a lot of stuff is green here, and I like seeing that. And I think there's a lot of shorts in all of these altcoins right now that need to get purged out of here so new shorts can come in, and restart the process. But again, just because we're having a little bit of a move up here, it doesn't mean, we're not crashing later on today. I'm just hoping that maybe the market can kind of find a bottom for the short term. We've fallen down quite a bit. A little bit of a bear market rally, then from there probably consolidate, then break down again, unfortunately. But, a little bit of fun during the consolidation period. Let's see. And hey, D's, nice number of viewers, Mike. Hopefully more Final Stands videos getting weirder and weirder by the day. I haven't seen one of Final Stand's videos in a while here. I should probably check them out every now and again because he is the Doge guy, I guess. He just doesn't know technical analysis, so when he tries, it really irks me because then I think of this guy has thousands of people watching this, and he has thousands of people thinking that something's going to happen when it doesn't, and I'm like, uh-oh. So, but yeah, I'll watch some of his content. I don't know. All of my exes have called me a weird guy, so maybe that's the type of content I'm gonna I'm gonna like. Oh man. And hey Neil, do you think we're gonna cross that yellow line, the 200 weekly moving or the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart? There's a chance we can. Again, if you guys wanted to buy, you guys can still buy, but you have to put a stop loss here. That's the reason. So right now we found a bottom. I don't even know if we can have a lower low right here, but there's a chance that we could have a double bottom here. If you can kind of see the W here, like the W kind of thing right there, where we can have a breakout. Yeah, there's an opportunity for us to do that. It's going to be hard for us to do that because the market's kind of all choppy at the moment, and we don't know if the market's going to open up green tomorrow. Last night when we were talking about the market, we were like, hey, we have an opportunity to have a nice little breakout, continue the move here. Everything was looking good. And, I was saying, hey, just be careful if the market opens up and we start dropping down like a rock. And that's exactly what happened when the market opened up at 1:30 a.m. for pre-market trading. So, again, right now things are looking fine. If you go over here to CNBC.com, look at Dow is up 139, S&P is up 18, and the Nasdaq's up 77. Let me refresh this just to make sure. But, yeah, we're up here a little bit. But for me, at 1:30 a.m. Pacific time, the market opens up for pre-market trading. We could just start coming back down hard. So you got to be careful if you guys want to buy it. Which is, if you want to buy without a pattern, you want to buy for support, you're going to have to use that support level as your stop loss. And that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the channel, beginning of the stream here. If you guys wanted to have that a few minutes ago before the move started happening, you would have just had to have like a 2 or 2.5% trailing stop loss. Now, if you wanted to buy now, you'd have to have a stop loss of 4.5%, and all the altcoins right now have already run up about 3 to 4%, some up to 6-7%. So now you're chasing because the bottom was down here. We had almost a little bit of a double bottom here, bottom neckline. We broke above that. You see the surge happening now. Maybe if we get a little pullback, it might be okay to buy into it. But this could be a multi-day breakout. So again, if you want to buy, go for it. You guys just need to have a stop loss. Normally, I'm not the type of guy that buys in these scenarios. So when you guys do want to, you guys are a little bit more aggressive than me, but that's not a bad thing. I'm just overly cautious as an investor. You guys, like I tell you guys that like once a week, I have to. I like to trade patterns, right? That's how I like to trade, because right now I'm looking to trade those really strong mega moves here in the market. But if you guys do want to take a position right here, which is not a bad idea, right? It's not bad. You just want to have to make sure you guys have like a 3 to 4% stop loss here at the lows of this week, which is at $20,101.62. That's what my stop loss would be, excuse me. Let me make this move back up here to 15-minute moving average. Seeing a little bit of a return. Nice to see, and there we go. I think once we broke above that 20 moving average, people got a little more hopeful there. I'll tell you. And hey, Meta, Elon is making travel homes by tiny houses with solar panels and lithium battery for starting at 10K. You can tow it with a V6. I bet that will be the best investment if a housing bubble comes. That would be interesting. I mean, I'm in America, we like big homes. I admit I want a really big house when I moved down to Nicaragua. We just like big homes. I don't know why. I don't know many people that have small homes personally, or parents. All of my friends, we don't have homes. We have apartments. I only know a handful of people that actually own houses, and they've all gotten married so two people's income to actually buy a house, right? And even though I could afford a house here, I guess technically, the houses I can afford, the ones I want in the areas I want. Again, we've talked about Seattle home prices. I'm paying like $1 million for a hut. I'm not going to pay $1 million for a hut. I'm going to pay like $500,000 for like a really nice house in Nicaragua and chill out, have a living, maid in the guest house that takes care of my dogs, sweeps, does everything I don't want to do. And then I just focus on YouTube, having fun, making friends down there, going to Colombia, going to Venezuela. No, not Venezuela, maybe not. But, Brazil, anywhere. Just, traveling and having fun and working on my YouTube channel and just, trading. Living a nice life where I'm comfortable, it's quiet, it's peaceful, I can fill up the water every morning. And, if I wanted that same lifestyle here, first of all, the mortgage would be like $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. And then for the living, that person living maid might cost me upward like $40,000-$60,000 a year. And then, everything would just be more expensive. I don't want to do that. I want to move somewhere where it's nice and cheap and my US dollar goes far. Here in America, my US dollar is not going far these days, right? Hey, Flat Smack, when Bitcoins are worth $1 million, will it matter if you bought at 22K or 17K? For a lot of people, it will. That's kind of a problem, but, people want to try to find the best bottom they can. The way I'm doing it, people can follow me if they want to. Most aren't, I assume. But, I buy a little bit of crypto every single day. I'm, buying some here, buying some there, and then I buy big chunks every now and again on some of these major drops because I know I'm holding them for the long term and I'm gonna have fun selling them on the next cycle. And then, whenever we start to have go into more of a bear market there, then of course I will be happy to buy more up and kind of rinse and repeat. But people have their own strategies here. Some people aren't holding for $1 million. Some people are just holding for $100,000 and they're going to sell off. Who knows? But I do have to admit there's going to be a lot of coins that have some great futures here. And, we're at some great levels for long-term buying. But, people, since they have limited incomes right now because of inflation and some of that, they want to make sure they get the most for their money. And I can't blame them for that, right? And hey, D's, seeing Final Stand subscribers is not far from Patrick Boyle, who is a legit finance guy. We truly live in a society. Oh, what, were you saying something else? D's. Okay, no, yeah. It's weird, right? But it's just the way the world works here. The algorithm, remember, the YouTube algorithm, it's a really great thing, right? Even though it doesn't promote my content as much as I want to, it's not like the algorithm is bad. The algorithm is just trying to put my videos in front of people that would actually watch them. And the right now, the algorithm is saying not many people want to watch my videos because, of course, it's a slower time and stuff like that. But there are a large amount of people who are entertained by Matt Wallace. And so the YouTube algorithm will push those videos out there. And I can't blame him for that. He does what he has to try to get views. Remember, guys, he's not making the same amount of money he did before, right? So he's looking for ways to make as much money as possible because as far as I know from looking at his technical analysis, he's not an investor. He doesn't make money from the markets, right? He made some money off of Dogecoin this year, but he does not make money off of he can't just be given $5,000 and make an income off of that for the month, right? He can't do that. And so he needs to find a way to keep his audience engaged. And by doing the more weirder stuff, as you guys say, he's able to keep drawing more and more people into his channel. Remember, guys, we looked at this the other day as far as Social Blade, I think it was called. Let's see. Final Stand. He at one point he had 9 million views in 1 month. Now he's down to about 350,000, 400,000 views in a month, right? That's not a lot. With me and mine, my channel, well, this channel probably only gets like 50,000 views a month. But with the other stuff, I maybe got like 200,000 views a month with the 24/7 streams. So, he's lost a lot of revenue. In fact, he's lost 1,000 subscribers in the last 30 days. So his channel is contracting a little bit. However, he's down 30% in views in the last 30 days. So he's trying to do what he can do to get his channel back up and running. It's a weird system here, but he's trying to switch around a little bit. Because right now, if you look at him, everything about him is Dogecoin. Everything about him is Dogecoin. So does he really know about anything else? Can he talk about anything else? He's going to have to sit down and do some research on other coins or other things that he could learn about that other people might be interested in, right? And hey, day trading, you got to go to Thailand, brother. You'll be amazed. I thought about Thailand too. Thailand is just too far away from the family. So I'm moving to Nicaragua because I know I can pay for my mom to come down and visit me whenever she wants to. Same with my sister if she ever wants to visit me on spring break or something while she's at college. But Thailand is too far away from them to travel. And that's one of the only reasons I didn't go to Asia. And plus I'm black. And I wasn't entirely sure how I would do in Asia. I don't know anybody black in Asia. Not a bad thing. But I normally like to have some people of color around me. And at least the people in South America are tan. Well, guess what? My dad's Hispanic, so what am I talking about? So I have a little bit of roots down there. Let's see. New Zealand. I heard New Zealand is nice too. That's why you got to call us who live outside the U.S. or Europe with $1 mil. You can already buy a mansion, all the services you want. There you go. And what's right here? Oh, and hey, Ark. I'm a huge lurker. I'm here. This usually never says anything. Algo keeps me here. Hey, I appreciate Ark Scripted very, very much. I've been putting out more content now. My views are actually going up a little bit more on the videos that I post. I've been really happy about those ones as well. I'm getting better at this YouTube stuff. I'm learning how to cut and edit and add stuff to the videos and stuff like that. So what you guys are going to see more often now is longer tutorials that kind of teach you basic stuff here. They're more boring, but they're informational, so people watch them. But when I give you updates on support levels and stuff like that, those are going to be much shorter and more tailored to exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to go off on a tangent in the middle of the video. Exactly what you guys want to see. I'll add a whole bunch of information on the screen while I'm doing that, and they'll be nice, short, concise, so you guys can get back onto your day, because I know a lot of you guys watch my content while you guys are at work, right? So I'm excited to see where this channel can go. Let's see. And guys, yeah, please make sure to subscribe and like the channel if you guys haven't already. I really do appreciate it. And thanks, Bill Bono. I appreciate it a lot, my man, for liking the stream. I always forget that I'm on Twitch as well, but sometimes the multi-stream chat on my Streamlabs thing, it doesn't record people streaming to me or asking me questions, which really sucks. And same with YouTube nowadays. Jeez. And what's right here? And hey, Deezer, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate that as well here. What's right there? Man, I'm sure it'll be good in Thailand. It's super cheap and amazing. Maybe I'll buy a house in Thailand one day in the future. I would love to travel. I mean, before COVID, guys, I used to travel all over the place. You guys know I'm a bigger guy. Okay, you can't see me because the box here, but I'm a bigger guy, so I normally just fly in first class, and I get really drunk on airplane rides, or not drunk, but I get really buzzed because I just like getting free alcohol and stuff like that. But I used to travel all over the place because before the pandemic, most first class planes and stuff like that, or even during COVID, they're like $1,000 for first class anywhere in the country, and I can pop off a few grand a month just to go wherever I want to around the country. Remember, guys, I flew first class last September from Seattle to Philadelphia. Nice seats, reclining seats, everything really nice about the plane ride. But I only paid like $800 for it. You know how cheap that is? Now everything's really freaking expensive, which really sucks. But during COVID and even before the COVID times, plane rides weren't too expensive, and I was going everywhere. Now I gotta make sure my mom's fine and all that type of stuff. But still, I'm zip zooming all over the place normally, and that's what I plan on doing when I move down to South America or Central America. I want to be zipping and ziding all over the place, and I gotta have somebody to watch Loki though. That's why I gotta have that that caretaker there for me. And hey, Derek, dang, thought you were Indian mixed woman. No, I've been told that a lot. You guys know in college I did Uber. A lot of people told me that I looked like I was from Nigeria or Ethiopia, and I was like, "What? Nah, I'm black and Hispanic, but maybe from Nigeria and Ethiopia." I've showed you guys my what's that stuff called? Hold on a second here, guys. We'll go back to Bitcoin in a second, I promise. There's not really much looking at here. We're just waiting to see if we can actually hold this level and make it move up, or if we're going to tumble down a little bit to try to make it move up. But so far, we found a little bit of a bottom, and you're seeing altcoins have a big move here. STMX is up 8% right now, almost 9%, which is really nice to see. What's that thing called? DNA. I think it's called Ancestry. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, guys. I'll show you something really funny. Well, not funny, but just interesting, I guess you would say. If I can find this. Oh, I don't exactly know how this works out. Okay, so here you go. Ethnicity estimate. You notice how they have to say estimate these days? I feel like before they didn't have to, but I think they got sued for making too much stuff up. Nigeria, 20%. Indigenous America, Central, 15%. Community with a connection to this ethnicity region, Honduras, Belize, Cameroon, Congo, Western Bantu peoples, 10% Spanish, 9% Irish, haha, 5% Senegal, Ivory Coast, Sweden, Denmark, 5%, England, 5%, Mali, 3%, Indigenous Americas, 3%, Indigenous Americas, Mexico, 2%, Panama, Costa Rica, 2%, and then we have a whole bunch of small ones like Northern Africa, Iran, Persia, Jewish peoples of Europe, Finland, Basque, whatever. But yeah, I'm one of those little mixy things. Not Asia, but a lot of other stuff I got flowing through me right now. So I got a lot of stuff in me. And the other one here, what is the parent send over to you? Parent 2, parent 1, you. I don't know how I got like the 9. Yeah, parent 2 must be my mom. Parent 1 must be my dad. That's Indigenous Americas. So Spain, yeah. Cameroon. So mom's black, dad's Hispanic. So kind of shows you how everything's split up there. But yeah, it's interesting stuff. You can see how it kind of splits everything up. I'm a mixing pot here, and there we go. Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a dip now. We'll see how much of a dip it goes. But guys, if we can form some type of higher low over the next few hours, I'd really be enjoying that. Just again, you know, as much as I like seeing the volatility of the market going down and crashing so we can buy more cheaper coins, you do see the effect of people getting very burnt out by just watching the market go continually down and down and down. It's, a lot of people find it miserable. Some people find it entertaining like me, but I do understand people just, it can wear down on you to see the market go down and down and down without stretches of, whoa, look at we're going back up. Maybe there's a little bit of hope that that we can find a bottom here. What's it here? And hey, Crypto Core, hire me for Loki. I don't even know where Loki is at right now. I think he's probably sleeping on my bed. Actually, he hasn't. He played outside for a while today, digging up dirt and making messes. Oh, what's it here? And Hades, yeah, that'd be interesting. I have to figure out if I can buy some property or the ways you buy property in other countries. That's why I've been talking more to the Nicaraguan embassy every few days. I call them. They're in the L.A. and D.C. The L.A. office is really, really nicer people. The D.C. office is like somewhat just stuck up people. And hey, Robert, this is the only YouTube channel you will learn how to trade, follow the charts, and maximize your profits and minimize your losses. Just subscribe, hit notifications, Michael said. Hey, thanks, Robert. I really do appreciate that, my man. Wait, second right here. Make sure I'm asking a thing. And hey, Corinne, nice skin tone, Mike. I know, right? I got a whole bunch of mixed stuff in here. Henry Alex Crypto, 40K a year to sit in your guest house and play with your dog. Sign me up. Oh, man. People who don't have any Mexican black friend would find it hard to differentiate you. Oh, no, I know that for sure. You guys know I went to private school growing up on a scholarship because, I grew up poor. But I don't have what you would call black hair. A lot of my friends that have black hair. It's kind of, I don't know what you call it, tighter. I don't know the term for it. But all of my friends, my black friends' moms would run their fingers through my hair without even asking, like, oh, how did you get your hair like this? And I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't do anything to my hair growing up. And I do not like my hair touched. I freak out. Not like mad, but like I just imagine a porcupine putting out the quills, like, dude, yeah, like, I get the electricity going through my veins. Oh, what's right here? What's right here? And hey, Arrow 404, yeah, I do have a Discord. It doesn't have too much traffic since the market's really slowed down, but usually we kind of toss up ideas and stuff. The one person who's in there a lot is Ghost and Wojak. Wojak's in there a lot, kind of giving off his ideas. Talking about stocks and breakouts and stuff like that. And he's been making some good money on some of those calls and puts that he's been doing. So if you wanted to join the Discord, I have a link down below. But it's a very, it's not like the larger Discords where everybody's talking like constantly. There's always a funnel of information. There are times where it's flat out dead. It'll pick up like it did before when the big bull market comes up. But right now it's really slow. And it's if you want to like ask each other questions and kind of give each other advice. That's more of the type of thing it's there for now, which I actually like. But it's not like the traditional Discords where it's like thousands of people talking and oh, buy this. It's more subtle and kind of just more you hop in there when you have a question and you kind of leave and you hop back in when you have another question, so to speak. And hey, Bideford, we have some mutually common areas: UK, Irish, Jewish peoples of Europe, Ukraine, and Germany. For me, oh, there you go. What do you call? I haven't. I want to go to Germany one day. I haven't been to Germany ever. I've gone to France, Italy, UK, Sweden. But I always want to go on the Autobahn. That's the only reason I want to go to Germany. um, it's right there. Hey, Corin, some have tighter curl patterns. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. It's just my, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Like, my friends, if they grow a fro, it stays in place. If I grow a fro, it like lops because the hair is not locked down tight enough. I don't even know what you call it. And hey, Chris, Kathy Wood said it's going to 1 million. See Kathy Wood's record. Oh, wait, forget it. Yeah, I know. She has not been doing so hot this year. We've been making a point of that for a while, I think now. Yeah. I hope Kathy Woods can get her name back as far as being one of the smartest people, but she is definitely not. She's not the all-star during this market as she was during the pandemic. And I think that's just because the pandemic, there was just so much liquidity injected straight into the market, so much money, so many people buying and so forth, that now when times are tough, she's not picking the right plays and she's doubling down on bad plays. So hopefully she can, turn her portfolio around and make some good money there. And I think she can. I mean, she's not like she's very smart. She just hasn't been picking the best plays, right? And that's the same for a lot of people on Wall Street. But she was at the top for a little bit of time, and now you see people like Warren Buffett, taking their crowns back. I should make a video. Warren Buffett just bought a whole bunch of stock, like billions and billions of dollars of stocks for the long term here. And I should tell you guys what those stocks are. I have to find them again. But yeah, I'll make a video about that probably over this weekend. And what's right here? Let's see. And hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. And there are always whales to save Bitcoin and liquidate their shorters. They need to fill the hope to let price go even more down later on. Yeah, that's why we talked about over the past few weeks here. Well, this is a 15 public best. Go to 4-hour chart. After we've had these major breakdowns here, we normally consolidate for a little bit of time before ultimately making another breakdown. And that's why I'm hoping we can at least consolidate for a few more days here. But sometimes the market doesn't allow you to consolidate. Sometimes the dumping and the selling pressure is just too much to overcome. Right now, we're just trying to figure out if we could even hold in the first place. I'm hopeful that we can, but again, we really have to make sure that the market opens up strong tomorrow if we want to see that happen. Nothing's really been changing so far since we started the stream here. There we go. And hey, Christopher, can you check out CTX? Let me know what I think of it. CTX right here. CTX. Cryptex Finance. I mean, there's a lot of CTXs, so I'm not entirely sure. It's down 12%. It's probably come up like everything else over the past few minutes here. Oh, no, it hasn't. That's interesting. Maybe it just hasn't updated it yet. That's going to be a factor there as well. Let me see what this is. Number 611. Hopefully this is the right CTX that you're talking about, because there's a lot of CTXs here. Yeah, it probably is. The world's first total crypto market cap token. Okay, it has an app. White paper. What's the white paper do? Here. So it does it go up or down? I wonder. I would have to look more into this one. It seems interesting. It seems like if this is a pretty well done one, so this will actually be worth reading here. But what I would say is for something like this, if it doesn't go off of the actual, like it doesn't go off of buying and selling pressure, the coin is locked into some type of it's locked into the total market cap of crypto. That'd be something that'd be kind of nice to buy for the long term. I'd be pretty happy to be buying that. I don't know exactly how it works yet, but I have to look at the white paper. But if it does, if it kind of locks in like if it kind of locks in like an index or something like that, that'd be kind of fun to trade. I would enjoy that because I think in the future you will see more things kind of built around that for crypto. Like the S&P has a whole bunch of different subsectors in the S&P, right? I think pretty soon or over the next couple of years we should have S&P designed specifically for crypto, which will be very, very good for everybody involved there. Let's see. I only have money in Voyager. Do you see any possible problems in the future with this platform and regulations? I don't see any personal problems with it. Problems in the future with it. I think the only issues that's going to come up is, they have 9% APY for holding USDC. That's the only thing I think they're going to get in trouble with the SEC. I think they're going to be able to beat it back, frankly, and win the lawsuit. But that may cause some hurdles for the price of the individual coin there, but I don't think ultimately for the company. I think they're going to be able to figure it out quite right. And from what I've understood, a lot of these companies like Robinhood, Webull, kind of the more traditional ones, and now things like Voyager, Binance, KuCoin, even BitGet here, they all have lobbyists, or they have PACs that have lobbyists kind of associated with them to kind of push the interest of a lot of these exchanges. And what they can do is, because the SEC is kind of a weapon of Wall Street, The SEC is only allowed to go as far as Congress really wants them to go, and that's why you never see the SEC really going after the big players in the stock market because they all have lobbyists that kind of say, "Hey, Congress, we'll donate to super PAC if you just like let us keep on making money." Right? Pretty simple. So I think as Congress gets more and more lobbied by these individuals, they will make more and more bills over the next 2 years to really stop the SEC from going after these types of plays here. Because remember, I think it was a couple months ago now, didn't the Attorney General or something like that of New Jersey try to sue Voyager? And I think the lawsuit is still going through. But I don't think anything really came out of it so far. The lawsuit's just kind of going through. So let me see. Voyager lawsuit. Um, News. Trademark. No, that's nothing. See. That one might be something to worry about. I can't even find the other one. Let's see. No. Okay. The same the SEC, the same thing that's going with XRP, or not even XRP, but just high interest APYs on stablecoins. That might be an issue. I don't see it's going to cause any problems. The other one that might be here, that might be a problem is this happened back last year. I haven't seen any major hits to the price so far. But crypto broker Voyager faces it's a proposed class action suit over trading fees, and this is something I've talked to you guys about before. As far as I can't read this because I don't pay for it, but it's why I say Voyager isn't good if you guys want to do what do you call day trading, because it does have fees kind of built into it, and the fees they make are kind of like Robinhood within the margins, so that could be a problem for them as well. I don't think it's going to do anything like to hurt the company in the long term. It may just be a lawsuit. They lose some money, and then they're going to be fine. But it may be something they have to address in the near future here, because that is a problem I do see with them. But besides that, like as far as anything like a Celsius where like they completely crumble and crash, I don't see anything like that happening with Voyager right now, because if they gave away a whole bunch of money besides USDC, then I might feel a bit more concerned. But I don't see them having any of those problems, and they also have a lot of ties with capital and Wall Street, so they have financial backing in case they actually needed to raise revenue like a quick round, so to speak. Oh, it's right here. Let's see. And hey, can define long term for a 90-year-old? Oh my gosh, what do you call? I don't even know what how a 90-year-old would think of long term. Oh man, I don't know. Long term for me is like 4 or 5 years, maybe even 3 years here for the next cycle. But like the peak of the next cycle, right? But for most people, they're going to be selling probably around $100,000 in the next peak here, before we have another death crossing, so to speak. Oh, right here. Yeah, that's that what's up crap on every channel drives me crazy. What's WhatsApp? What is WhatsApp? Okay, I'm not hip, guys. I'm just not hip. Uh, Oh, and hey, Ghostwriter, thank you very much. Ghostwriter just posted what Buffett is doing here. Here you go. Oh, that's the first link that Ghost has ever sent that YouTube didn't try to block it for me. So let me X out of this stuff here, X out of this stuff here, X out of this stuff here, X out of this stuff here. So 15 stocks Warren Buffett is buying and 7 he's selling. How do I do this? Do I just keep on scrolling down? Okay, there we go. Kroger he bought. Store Capital. What is this? Royalty Pharma. Pharma's good. Oh, healthcare is going to be a sector that's not going away during this recession. In case you guys ever want to get a peek at possibly some healthcare stocks that have dividends, I'm going to be going over that actually next week in one of the members' videos I've been building out. Verizon's doing fine. Wells Fargo is a bank. Bristol Myers Squibb. So he's buying up a stock. AbbVie. This one's actually pretty interesting. We traded this a little bit last year. But what do you call? We didn't really do any long term thoughts in there. Apple, same stuff like that. General Motors was a big one. I think General Motors would be fine. Robinhood. No, this isn't Robinhood. What is this? Robinhood is Hood. What is RH? Well, let me just go to Finviz very fast to make my life easier. RH. Oh, it literally the company's name is RH. Oh, isn't that a nice intro for a website? Yowza. So it's for rich people. That's all I know for it right now. What is it? What is it? I don't know what it is. Design. So they have it's like home interior stuff. It looks like so for luxurious places, I guess. So they have galleries where you can go and go buy a whole bunch of really fancy stuff. So for all the new elites out there that kind of made a lot of money this last cycle, I guess it's a store for them. So we'll just have to see how that works out for him. But it seems interesting. But yeah, he's buying a bunch of stuff. Let's see. And hey, Metal, but you seriously have to try this everything Mike teaches us. Try explaining that to your sister and brother-in-law, and you realize you're not Mike. They have to learn nothing from me. um, it's hard, right? That's why pretty soon I'm building up a website right now. It's nowhere near to being done, but I'm building on a Wix. I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna just see how it works out at first and see how if it gets any traffic. But I've gotten like up to 50 emails over the past like 3 months now asking if I would do like 1 hour consultations just to like hit you guys in the right way. So I'm going to try to build out the infrastructure for me just to have Zoom meetings for you. And we're going to have a Zoom meeting. I'm going to give you some tools that I provide. And I'm going to give you kind of help you set up your charts. I mean, I'm going to figure out how long it would take me to do that. But then, and then from there, go over the trading journal and stuff like that. And then, I want to see if I can just do that to help you guys out a little bit more than just me kind of streaming here. But that's only for people that want to pay, right? So it's a whole different type of category. But trust me, I've been hearing that from people that I know that I help in my personal life, trying to help them trade, and they've been trying to explain it to their parents because their parents want to learn how to make some money in the market too. More of the long-term holding type of strategies, not so much day trading. But they try to use my words, and it just doesn't really fit the same way, or it doesn't fit as far as patterns and stuff like that, which can be a little bit more confusing too. I totally understand it there. Oh, and hey, ABSC. Yes, I agree with you. Right now, selling pressure has decreased here. And I think what kind of spooked the shorts here is, again, going back to that whale number 3. Let me just actually exit a lot of this stuff here. And let me just kind of reset this. Or just Bitcoin wallets. Let me get a Finviz. Let me get a... There we go. Okay. The fact that we have a new whale number 3 and have all that Bitcoin kind of tossed in there, I think that really is a big thing going forward. And I'm really excited to see how this pans out. Because, again, sometime during the stream, this person just put another 598 Bitcoin. Just bought another 598 Bitcoin here. So, boy, oh boy, this is going to be an exciting time. I mean, this person is just going crazy with it. Now, you can see they're also selling some in here. But, again, you just have to look at the graph behind my head. I wish I could kind of... oh, I can't. Can I do that? Oh, I can do that. Okay, here. Okay, good. I just have to drag and drop. There we go. Okay. Here's June 11th, about 5 days ago, right? 5 days ago, they had a balance in Bitcoin. They had 15,000 Bitcoin in the account. Okay. Now they have a total of 0.14 million Bitcoin, and the value of their Bitcoin went from $418 million a few days ago. Now the value of their Bitcoin is up to 2.76 billion. So I guess the thing about it is people seem to think that this guy times the bottom quite frequently. So maybe they're thinking, hey, maybe this is really the bottom here. Maybe I won't have another opportunity to buy crypto, whatever it may be. The economy says otherwise, right? But however, this is a big green sign for the long-term balance of Bitcoin here that, hey, it'll go somewhere. Somebody's tossing in billions of dollars into crypto and they just, dropped the number 3 to number 4. That's going to be crazy. What I would really like to see here, guys, I would really like to see number 4 retake the position and buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin just to say, hey, I'm number 3. I'm number 3. But that might start a little bit of a bidding war there. But as you guys can see, right, number 4 just has 130,000 or 129,000 Bitcoin. Number 3 has 135,000 Bitcoin. So they're still pretty close by. They're still pretty close. I just wonder who bought all this Bitcoin here. I really do. Maybe it'll be some type of maybe in a few weeks here we have a new exchange hit in the market. Maybe it's that. But I really want to figure out who that is because that is a ton of money to toss at Bitcoin during the middle of a bear market here. And hey, Ghost Rider, T-Doc, best puts ever so far. You're going up against Kathy Woods. It looks like you're winning right now. I know she's doubling down on that play, but I don't think it's been doing too well for her at all so far this year. And hey, oh, hey, Blockchain Revolution, thank you. Restoration Hardware, okay, that name actually rings a bell. That is some pretty upscale furniture that we were just seeing there. I'm never going to buy furniture that expensive. I have no need. When I go buy furniture, I'm an Ashley's Furniture type of guy. I guess some people might think that's more expensive, but it's not really. Like the sofa I bought, what sofa did I buy here? I don't forget. Bitcoin Soul Consulting, we can look at this very fast. We're taking it easy this week, guys. There's not really much going on today. That's nice. Let's not talk about a crash and pessimism and all that good stuff. Ashley Furniture? Is that how you do it? I don't know if they have the sofa that I got. Wait, I think it's that sofa, just a different color. No, 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 it's different style. How do you do this type of stuff? Furniture, sofas. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Has to be this one. No, it's that one. Mine doesn't have cup holders in the sides. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it one more chance, then I give up because I'm, do other stuff here. How do you do this stuff? Price? Oh, don't even ask me. Um, Material design. Can't you just have, what do you call? Recliners? There you go. Recliners. Average rating. How do you guys do this? No, it's not on the side. It might be this one. Dual power reclining sofa. Does it have the, what do you call? No, it's a different one. I paid an arm and a leg for mine, but that's because on the sides of the sofa, it has these little slots where you can wirelessly charge your phone, and I've fallen in love with it. Plus, it has like built-in lights and stuff like that. But I bought that last year sometime because I was moving. I never buy furniture once I've moved into a new house. I always buy it mid-move, so I'm bringing new furniture into the house, which just makes my life so much easier. Okay. Uh, I'm sure billionaires like to play with those charts. Oh, I believe it here. Especially long-term billionaires, they could be making so much money here. Every freaking second, they're losing millions and making millions. What's right here? Anthony, Ashley Furniture, they got some good stuff. Yeah, they do. I like Ashley Furniture a lot. And hey, Stills, am I sure it's not an exchange? Normally, when you see exchanges here, it'll actually tell you, it's like, here's Bitfinex's wallet right there. There's Binance's wallet. Here's Binance Reserve wallet. Here's, I don't know what this wallet is. OKEx wallet, Bitfinex wallet, right? They'll usually tell you what it is. CoinCheck, Bitfinex cold wallet. So they'll usually tell you what it is here. Polynex wallet, OKEx wallet, so to speak, right? There's no name on this one, and from what I read, I don't think anybody knows who this wallet belongs to. I'll try to figure it out. There might be more videos about this in the future, but this just big move just happened over the last couple days, so it might take somebody some time to really do the digging research. I'm pretty much don't know how to do that research through the blockchain, but when somebody does it, I'll let you know, and I'll let you know who actually did it in case you guys want to learn more about it too. What do you mean? Hey, and Robert, I do appreciate that. It's hard to teach people, and I'm not the best teacher out there, right? But I try to be a good teacher for you guys. But it's always hard because all of you guys have different levels of experience. I'm trying to go over like a kind of a general idea of where I think the majority of the people watching the stream are at. And that's why I'm doing that consultation thing probably starting next month. And then I'm also going to be doing more tutorials out here, and I'm still working on another tutorial. You guys know how Google backs up your pictures off of your phone onto Google Drive sometimes? Well, I was trying to work on that tutorial over the last few days, but I filled up my data on Google, so I had to delete a whole bunch of pictures because I could not literally change any documents or slideshows, anything, until I cleared out all the data, and it was driving me freaking nuts. So I had to back up all the pictures on my computer. My computer has 2 terabytes of storage, so I'm not concerned about that. But I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? Um, and hey, conscious investing. Jim Cramer says to hold off buying stocks until the market slows down. Is the market saved? We haven't slowed down yet. we may be due for some type of bounce here in the short term as the Nasdaq is heading towards its 200 weekly moving average. But because the economy is still looking bad, because we're most likely going to be heading into some type of mild or hopefully not bad recession, you can see the market continue to go down, and pretty soon you should start to see more layoffs here if we really are going to be headed for a recession. I think we should get numbers out pretty soon on the GDP so we can see if Q2 GDP is bad. Do GDP numbers come out? Let's see. Where's my water? There we go. Let's see. See it. Did you miss it? No. January, February, March, April, May. Shouldn't we be getting it pretty soon. June. Gross domestic product by state, June 30th. Personal income by state, June 22nd. That's going to be interesting. Revised quarter one. Where's quarter two at? Advanced estimates, July 28th, it looks like. So July 28th, we'll have an advanced estimate of gross domestic product second quarter. Really? No, nothing before that? I guess not, yeah. So we'll know if we'll have a pretty good idea if we're currently in a recession July. So maybe July we'll see the worst of all the bad stuff, and then maybe we might be able to get a little bit turnaround sometime in September or August even. We'll have to wait and see. But it seems like July might be the worst of all this stuff that we've been looking at. And guys, July is next month, so maybe we'll just get it all over with pretty soon. And the way everything's kind of timing up, that does kind of make a little bit of sense here. But that, we have to see how bad this recession gets, right? We've been talking about recession for months, and like even since last year, because we were talking about how inflation was going to make everything worse, and how that cycle really just leads to a recession, and a recession kind of leads to a deeper recession, just because more laid off, less people can buy, and the cycle goes on, right? But I don't think we saw, Russia coming over to Ukraine, the famine side of things. So, things can get a lot worse than we thought about last year, because we were just kind of thinking about a recession. We weren't talking about Russia invading Ukraine back then. We were still talking about Afghanistan debacles, right? And that type of stuff. I'll have to do more research on the famine stuff. But so far, it does look like there's going to be a famine, not necessarily in America, but in certain parts of the world, and that will lead to violence in certain parts of the world, and that may mess up a little bit of trade and stability in certain places. That may impact us, but I don't think it'll impact us too much. We'll have to wait to see how many more countries try to do price. What do you call it? Blocking exports of their commodities to other countries because they want to make sure all the food stays in their country. That's what we'll have to be paying attention to over time. Every bar is packed. Most of this recession is already priced in. Yeah, I think what's worried right now is we're waiting for the housing market to have a little bit of a burst, and then we got to wait to see if gas prices can get back under control. Gas prices are a huge thing because until gas gets cheaper, the margins for corporations aren't going to get any better. And then they're going to have to start laying off people to really, stop themselves from losing profit or losing money. And that's where you might start seeing the, recession get worse, so to speak. Let me take a quick peek here. STMX is up at 9% right now. Probably let's go to 5-minute chart. Yeah, this started chugging up here all of a sudden. Huh. I guess, got back up to earlier today's highs. Oh, it got rejected up here at resistance. Huh, okay. It's making a move, though. That's nice to see. All right, go back to Bitcoin over here. All right. And hey, Ghost, things that usually aren't affect the makeup and alcohol. Yeah. Well, right now, guys, I'm going to be putting out a video later on. I'm going to have a video specifically for members going more in depth, but a more general one for everybody else as well. I'm going to be going over some stocks that you guys might want to be able to hold in this market, or if you guys just wanted to have some dividend plays, we'll talk about a lot of dividend plays over the next few weeks. Because sometimes, if you guys want to find a stock that you guys want to hold for the long term, I know a lot of people looking at crypto right now. That's perfectly fine. I'm doing the same thing. But if you guys want to look for some dividend stocks, I'll be looking for quite a few that should do not terrible, I guess you would say. Like, they're going to do okay relative to everything else in this bear market, but at least you'll be getting a paycheck, every month or every quarter here, based off of the performance of the stock. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Bitget. You guys know I'm sponsored by Bitget, but Bitget has this weird sale. Not weird, I guess. But I got to read more into it. But they have a 50% off Bitcoin sale right now, which is really interesting. I think they can only do it because Bitcoin's this cheap. But I guess if you have some Bitget, some BGB, you have the opportunity to get Bitcoin for half off, which is kind of, I like that possibility. So if you guys have Bitget, I'm not telling you guys sign up if you guys haven't already, but go read that message that they probably sent you on the main page, and it looks like there might be an opportunity for you guys to get Bitcoin at half off. Which is pretty crazy because right now it is already like half off from all-time highs, or like 60% off or whatever it was, quite a bit. Let's see. And hey, investing, yeah, guys. Right now we're looking okay. Here we found a little bit of a bottom. I think what's really holding us right now is this Ganfan level. We're really trying to hold. If we start breaking down below about $20,000, we're most likely going to take a skip and hop down into 17 over the next 24 hours. That'll be very bad. But at least by then, we'll be able to... let me see if I can have the other chart here. We should be able to find some type of consolidation, and that's what everybody's going to be looking for here. So, what's the next chart I have on this one? Is it this one? This one? And there we go. So, I know there's lots of lines, but if we break down here, there's a big cluster of support down here, and that's really what you guys are going to be looking at. And hey, bro, thanks for the super chat, my man. Where is BNB headed to? BNB is... Well, it depends on what Bitcoin does right now, doesn't it? Probably best to go here. No, we can go here. Yeah, that breakdown was pretty nice. Weekly chart. BNB had a massive head and shoulders just like Bitcoin did. Probably best to go over here to the 5. 15. Right now, BNB is coming down a little bit like everything else. It's only up 2%, while a lot of other coins up way more. Maybe that's just because it's a coin, to the exchange. We had the breakdown right there. We don't really have much going off of right there. Let me see right here. I hear Loki heavily breathing. Okay. Looks like we had a little bit of a breakout right here. Looks like we're trying to test out the 200 weekly moving average, 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart. If we can break above this, perhaps we can get back up here towards $220 or so. If you want to see us go back up to the highs over here from yesterday, it's like 237 and possibly up even higher than that at 265. Oh, not 265. Probably around here at 241. If you want to see some big jump like that, we're going to need Bitcoin to actually have a breakout above this little bit of a double bottom that we've been talking about here. Maybe back to the 2-hour chart. That bottom neckline breakout, and then Bitcoin will have to go back up towards $24,000. That's what you're going to be looking at right now. Until I see that, I would assume this is going to be going up just slightly, maybe up to 220, maybe up to 222 or so. And then from there, you're going to have to wait to see what happens as the stock market opens up for pre-market trading at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, or Pacific time, or 4:30 a.m. Eastern time. Because once we know which way the futures are going, and once we know which way the market's going in the morning, you have a better idea if you want to be going with the NASDAQ or against it. And it seems like fairly soon, the NASDAQ is in the traditional market's going to have a bounce. We just have to see if Bitcoin is going to follow that bounce. But right now, I'd be saying overall up. If you want to be making a trade, I'd be having a stop loss of about 4% at this point because Bitcoin's come down just a tad. So you won't need a 5% stop loss, but a 4% stop loss will probably do you some good here. So just like how far is that? How far is that actually? 2.5% right now. 2.37. So you won't need a big stop loss if you wanted to buy some BNB, but just be careful because right now we are still very shaky, and a lot of the dumps that we've been seeing over the past few weeks have been coming later at night, normally when all of us are asleep here. So be aware of that. But you're not in America, I don't think, so you should be able to kind of keep track of this throughout the rest of the day. But right now, you want to be hoping that Bitcoin can just continue to have a higher low, keep building up, and then we have a move leading to tomorrow. But again, you want to be making sure that CBC futures stay green until pre-market starts, and then once pre-market starts, things continue to move up and not crash again, because that's what happened today, and it led to a really rough day for both Bitcoin and the traditional markets. It was a nightmare for everybody. Just looking at FinViz here, red, 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 red. Only Walmart was up, and Procter and Gamble, ABV, which we talked about, J&J was up a teeny bit. Majority of stuff was just knocked down heavy here. Do you think it's a good time to buy calls 5 TP 6 month out? T and O and P are next to each other. Okay, yeah, 5 to 6 months out, like Amazon, Tesla after split, FT&T after split. No, I would wait for us to drop down a bit more here. What I'd be looking at if I was looking to do any calls at this moment in time is I'd be looking for us to, the short-term boom after we break and we hit the 200 weekly moving average. Those are the calls I'd be focusing on right now. I would really try to time the other calls a little bit better, because all the options actions that I've been seeing off of CNBC and through option flow data, most of that's all been pointing to more puts than calls being bought, and us coming down more in the foreseeable future. So I'm kind of more worried about that. Once we kind of have that big flush out moment where everybody's really panicking and so forth, that's when you want to buy some 5-6 month out calls. You're going to get deals on it because they're going to be so far out of the money, right? The ones you're going to be buying. And that's what you'd be hoping for. But you have to, you want to have a bottom in place kind of in that bear market. So if I were to go back over here to my watch list and I open up the NASDAQ, or let's just open up the Dow, whatever it is, go back to the daily. Pop this right here. So kind of more in a normal bear market where we're breaking here, we break down below, right? We break down below the larger moving averages. Let's ignore this one for now, or do we need to? Which one is it? That's fine. You normally have some type of pattern to break out above, or you have some type of moving average. Why is this all messed up today? Okay, that's fine. You're looking for something good, so you're not going to really ever be able to time this down here. But as soon as you start breaking above some big moving averages, what's the 50, the 20, or the usually the 50, flush out, move back up, then you could be more confident in buying buying those long-term calls. On the other hand, sometimes the NASDAQ is a little bit easier, because the NASDAQ last time around, let me get out of this stuff. Let's just go to weekly so I can hurry it up. Yeah, there you go. You can see the NASDAQ had a little bit of a double bottom here with a kind of a weird peak in the middle. But as soon as you broke above that, we kept on surging, but also broke out above the 20. You could try to buy some right here, even though it came back down a little more. But, if you're buying 6 months out, you're going to be fine there. That's how I would do it. You don't really want to be doing it right here, because eventually we do have another correction involved usually after these big moves down. And so because of how you time them out, you're going to be able to get a better price if you just buy them over here instead of over here, because for instance, 5 months, let me just go to the monthly chart here. So let's say you saw the double bottom down here. This is .com bubble. There you go. Double bottom down here. Looks different on the monthly chart, I know. 6 months right here. What is 6 months? Yeah. 6 months nets you 45% here. 6 months if you really get the bottom, if you're lucky to get it. 6 months here only gets you like 33%, okay? 36%. So you can make more profit if you like try to catch the end tail of the downward move instead of catching at the very, very bottom. It's kind of a weird little thing here when you're in bear markets, because a lot of times we stagnate there for a little bit of time. Everybody's like, what's going on? Consolidation. Then optimism flows, and then you can make better moves like that. So that's how normally I trade them. And that's why it's just, we're all kind of accustomed to this COVID market where we're just kind of a V-shaped move and everybody just kind of, down and boom back up. But I usually wait towards the tail end of it where you start to see hope, because then you can actually see, hey, here's what all the hedge funds are buying, because if you have some option flow data on your screen, here's what all the hedge funds are buying. Here, I can chase onto those coattails, so to speak, and then they're usually pretty correct about these types of moves. In fact, if they're not, they try to move the market in that direction anywhere. Is it a good time to short 1,000 Bitcoin, bro? I would say if we break the lows, yeah, you can try to short, but until we break those lows, you want to be careful, because right now we're looking more and more like we found a stable bottom, and we have a new Bitcoin whale number 3 who just launched up and bought billions of dollars in Bitcoin over the last few days here, which kind of gives some hope to people that want to see this as a bottom. So I'd be more careful about shorting at this point, unless we manage to break down below the low of like $20,111, 30-minute chart, right? If we break down below this, then you could start to short. And if you wanted to short right now, you'd want to probably have a 10% stop loss, because we can go much higher here if the market opens up green, okay? See, and hey, investing bro, so why so many lines? It's mostly because normally all these lines are split out a whole bunch of different charts, but it just makes my life easier when I'm trying to explain something to you guys to just say, hey, this line is important, this line's important, but don't worry about all these other lines. Because otherwise, if I had all my GAN fans on all the charts, it wouldn't make much sense, right? So I just try to spread them out as much as possible, but some of the charts, it's just easy for me to have a whole bunch of lines on them. That way you can kind of see some of these basic support and resistance levels. Okay, there we go, right here. And what else, anything else here? When you day trade, do you find it easier to short than long? I've always seemed to pick better entries for shorts than longs. Suggestions to improve entry points in smaller time frames? Kind of depends on your trading strategy, which I don't know too much. I tend to short more in bear markets. I tend to long a lot more in bull markets, right? So normally in a short market, when we break down, I'm much more confident about the breakdown, right? So I'll break it down. Oh, this isn't the right time frame, but it doesn't matter. I short, it goes down, right? Off of on a bearish market, it's much easier. So that's how I normally like to do it. If you're trying to do it that way, I might be adding on Fibonacci extension tools for shorting. That might help you out a little bit more as well. Or when you're logging, it can tell you a lot of hidden resistance levels. For instance, let me go back over here. I'm trying to think of a good little time frame here. So like for this, if you wanted to do a long and you wanted to find if there's any hidden resistance levels there, you could have added a Fibonacci extension tool like this. And you could see, just without all the technicals, without all the moving averages, your price target right here is 1. If you made this trade over here from a long consolidation period. And look, we got rejected right here. We also got rejected right here. We also got rejected right here as we came back up. We also had some trouble right there. We also had some trouble right there and there. And then we ran into the Ganfin levels, and then we finally fell off a cliff. But Fibonacci extensions are usually pretty good tools I see that kind of give me a little bit more information like, hey, this is a pretty rough level of support. So if I back up a little bit here, and then we go back in time and look at this, you see how many resistance points are just right here? We have the Fibonacci extension, we have the trend line, and we have the 200 daily moving average. That's a lot of support for Bitcoin to try to break out above after it just had a rally over the past few weeks here of going up 29%. That'd be a very hard ask for it to do. And then, of course, like I did over here and over here, it found a reversal off the Fibonacci extension tool, and it just came down, right? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, did I? Okay, that's fine. I'll put on another chart here in a second. There we go. Okay. What's a good entry port for Bitcoin short? If we break down below 20,000, that's what I'd be shorting. So it'd be like 19,999, basically, somewhere around there. Let's see. Oh, and hey, Maris, happy to see you back as well. Let me make a. We can look at this for a couple seconds here. Not much is going on. There we go. How do you calculate your stop losses? When there is too much volatility, those have higher chances of making you lose money and miss a profit. That's why I tend to avoid them now. So you got to remember, I normally am trading off of breakdowns. So when I have a stop loss there, it's usually traditionally 4 to 5% in case we have a little bit of a spike before we end up dropping. But normally when you see the setup there, you're going to start to see the volume increase. You're going to start to see the shorts enter the market, and you can see the acceleration there. So normally stop losses are anywhere between 3 and 5%, maybe 2% if I'm feeling good, but normally not that much. And I have them set there for a specific reason because I trade with leverage. So if I have a 5x stop loss on a 50x play, well, that means that I am willing to lose well over 100% on that individual play if that 5% stop loss hits. So I'm more confident on those types of plays, right? So I don't usually have to worry about the stop losses. On moments like this, where we're at we're at a level of support here where we have an opportunity to have a double bottom, where we have a bottom, and try to ricochet back up. It doesn't look like it too much on the 5, but it looks more like on a 2-hour chart. I use the level of support previous to the crash as my support level, so we can see if I can bounce off of it. So somewhere down here, if I felt like I wanted to trade a little bit, probably around here actually, because on the second bounce, I would have opened up a long right here, and I would be using this white line, the support level, as my stop loss. So 0.66% stop loss, I might just move it up to 1%. So if we did crash back down, I might just lose that 1%. It really helps me to mitigate my losses, since the majority of the time for me, I make the right play because, my job, of course. All it does is it really helps me mitigate my losses here. But if you guys aren't trading with leverage, which the majority of you guys aren't, if you wanted to short this Fibonacci level, say like this, hey, we got rejected here. There's no pattern here, so bear with me. This is just, if you guys like to trade resistance levels. If you guys say, hey, we got over here and we got rejected, maybe I'll open up a short the next time we hit the Fibonacci level to make sure we don't get rejected again. And so let's say you open up right here, right? And if let's say normally I got a 4% stop loss, 4% is like way up here, right? Way up here. So I wouldn't be doing a stop loss like that. What I'd be doing is I'm saying, hey, how big of a move is this low to this high right here, right? So you can low to this high. That's like 3.5%. So maybe what I might do is I might cut that in half and make it just about a 1.25%. No, what is that? 1.75%, excuse me. So if I had a stop loss, it might be something up here, somewhere up here. Or since I see there's a moving average here, I might just tie it into that moving average right there. It all depends on what the support and resistance levels are for the coin or the stock. But traditionally, it's usually going to be anywhere between 3 and 5%, sometimes 2 if I'm feeling a bit lucky with it. But again, since I trade patterns, my stop losses are much more effective than if I'm just trading the moves in the market. So one last thing here. Look at this 15-minute chart. The moment we broke down here, I opened up a short. Now, there's two ways to do it normally. You can buy it here or open up another short right here, because normally we do retest the level quite a bit. But let's just say open up here with that normal 3% stop loss. That 3% is way, way, way up here, because I know that a lot of times, not all of the times we break down, they don't just come down. A lot of times we trickle down for like a few hours. We retest, get a little bit of a peak up here, and then we eventually get knocked down. I don't know why it happens like that, but it's just the pattern that I see quite a bit. So I've kind of over time just said, hey, let me make it so far out here and I'll see what goes on there. All right. Bro, can we see the inverted head and shoulders on Bitcoin 15 minutes? If you want to use this as a shoulder, you kind of messed it up right there, though. If this wasn't there, maybe you can think of a shoulder, a head, and then another shoulder coming into morning hours and breaking up there. You might be able to do that. You might be able to, but I'd really just wait for the breakout above this Fibonacci level up here. That could really see me soaring, because that'd be the double bottom breaking above the neckline. That'd be a big push up towards probably $24,000, which is actually about the price target here from this Fibonacci extension level. Yeah. Okay. And hey guys, probably 2 or 3 quarters at least before Dogecoin gets back up to those levels, unless we have a really big spike in price before that happens, maybe over the next few weeks, and Dogecoin gets a pump off of Elon Musk or something like that. What's it here? And hey, Pro Level options expire tomorrow. Yeah, there'll be a lot of volatility going into this weekend, guys. We'll be talking about it as well. But okay, buddy, I got to have dinner with my family. I will talk to you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and starting next week, I think I'll be doing maybe on Fridays, I think it is, or maybe I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'm gonna do 1 day a week. I'm gonna be streaming from like 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, so a 4-hour stream, where we're going more in depth about the market and stuff like that, and I can answer a lot of you guys' questions and so forth. Okay. And of course, remember, it's high priority. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep an eye on the market, guys. We're kind of, let me get this off of here right now. We're in a nice consolidation phase, but by no means are we looking extremely bullish. The one thing I'm optimistic about today is just the fact that we have a new whale number 3. Somebody plopped up like $3 billion in Bitcoin. I'd like to see that. And we're waiting to see what happens with the futures tomorrow. Right now, they're not really moving at all. Come about middle of the night for us, kind of midnight for me on the Pacific Coast, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, East Coast, you should start to see way more volatility in Bitcoin as the market starts to open up for pre-market trading. There we'll have a good idea if the market's going to drop again like a rock. If that does if that does happen, we'll follow the market and drop like a rock. Okay, but okay, buddy. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see.